Pregnancy is a journey of 9 months, and it's been divided into trimesters, wherein we call it as 3 trimesters. The first trimester, the second or the mid trimester, and then the third or the last trimester. So the first trimester, it is usually up to, the first 3 months in a layman language, and up to around 14 weeks as in gestational age. Second trimester is from 14 weeks up to 20 to 22 weeks, and then from 22 to 23 weeks until delivery, it's the third trimester. So in the first trimester, what are the do's and don'ts? So first of all, talking about the don'ts, should not take any medications unless and otherwise prescribed by a doctor and by a qualified doctor, because the first trimester or the first 3 months is very important as the organs that of the fetus start developing in that first 3 months, and hence any drug which is not being prescribed by a qualified doctor could be harmful to the baby, like it can cause certain abnormalities, and that is why it is said that only category A or at the most B drugs are actually advisable in the first. Now category A, B, what is this? The drug and the Food and Drug Administration people have actually categorized certain drugs like A, B, C, D, which have been animal and human tested. So those which are very safe are considered to be as category A, and those which are safe but with minimal risks or adverse effects are categorized as B, and C and D are actually to be avoided during. So the second thing that you should avoid during the first trimester is a bit of heavy exercises or like brisk walking and other things to be avoided. And we usually also ask the couples to avoid sexual intercourse in the first trimester. Other than that, she can have all the healthy diet, and like she can eat whatever she feels like eating, and she can do a regular normal exercises like very. Another most important thing is she has to take ample water intake. Like water intake has to be increased, because most of the women do have this nauseating or vomiting sensations in the first trimester. And just to keep yourself hydrated, you have to take a lot of oral fluids, a lot of water intake has to be increased in this first trimester or the first 3 months of pregnancy. And most of the people ask, like, is ultrasound or getting a scan done in the first trimester or in the first 3 months of pregnancy, is it safe? Yes, it is definitely safe to do a scan in the first 3 months of the pregnancy, because first of all, it is very important to locate the pregnancy, whether it is inside the uterine cavity or somewhere else. And the second thing that is important to do a scan in the first 3 months is to calculate the date of delivery. That is, the expected date of delivery is calculated best. So after the scanning is done, what medications does a doctor prescribe in the first trimester? So there are very less medications that are being prescribed in the first trimester. Mainly the first one to control the nauseating sensation or the vomiting sensations. We prescribe certain doxylamines, and sometimes we give them arginine sachets to increase the fluid intake, and some progesterones are being prescribed if there is previous loss of. And another most important is the folic acid that we give. Folic acid is being given even sometimes before the pregnancy, just to avoid the certain neural tube defects that can be possible in the baby. So other than these, there are no much drugs prescribed in the first trimester, and else she has to just take some normal healthy food. And also there are certain investigations like thyroid and hemoglobin being checked in the first trimester.